The last 2 years, I have closed deals worth more than 4 crores. And in this today's video, I'm going to share my exact call flow which I have been using on these sales call which helped me achieve these numbers. Hi, this is Ayush. I welcome you to my channel. So follow this channel if you want to get better in attracting high paying clients. So before I get into the steps and what is that call flow, let me address the 3 common mistakes which I have observed a lot of solopreneurs and freelancers make on their sales call, because of which they are not able to close the deal. Mistake number 1. So you are not learning the sales. So you see, what I have observed is these solopreneurs, your freelancers, or maybe you are looking for a magic bullet or a magic script that you will read during your sales call and you will close the deal. Look guys, it doesn't happen like that, right? I mean, if there is a magic script, then everybody would have been closing the deal left, right and center. But that is not the case, correct? So you need to understand and you need to refrain from all these magic scripts or the silver bullet, which is like save you from hours of hard work, because there isn't any. And that's exactly what I'm going to share in this video. This video is not about sharing a magic script. Rather, I'm going to give you a flow and able to help you understand the principles behind the sales, so that you will understand the concept you can apply in any sales call or any sales call scenario, and your chances of conversion will high. So the mistake number 1 is quit looking for any magic bullet, rather relying on sales principles and the fundamentals. Mistake number 2, you are trying too hard to sell your services. You see, nobody likes to get sold, but everybody likes to get help. So on a sales call, you should not act like a typical salesperson, rather you should act like a consultant. Now, what do I mean by that? So as a consultant, as a doctor, you need to understand the pain point of your prospect. You need to understand their challenges, understand their situation, and if they are right fit, and if your product and service you feel they're going to solve their problem, only then you have to offer to them. So in this way, the prospect doesn't feel that you are selling to them, rather you are helping them, and that's when the chances of conversion will go high. And mistake number 3 is you are not falling in love with no, and you are afraid of rejection. You see, sales is a number game, right? You are more likely to get rejection than yes. And as per the law of averages, you won't be able to close every deal. So let's say even if you close 1 deal out of 4 calls, so you need to understand, out of a list of 100 people, be ready to get almost 75 people saying no to you. Right? So that is what you need to understand. That's the kind of mindset that you need to have, and you need to be okay and comfortable with no and with rejection. And whenever a person say you no, you have to move to the next person instead of worrying about that particular scenario. Alright, so these are the top 3 mistakes which I have seen a lot of solopreneurs, freelancers make during your sales call. I hope you will not repeat them. So now let's move into the call flow which I have been using in the last 2 years. So step number 1 is understanding their goals and the desire. So what inspire a person to take action? So there are only 2 things. Number 1, they want to go away from the pain and they want to go towards their desire. So in this first step, I try to understand what are their goals and their desire, which is inspiring them to take an action. Correct? So the question that you can ask here is, what are your goals? What are your dreams? Right? What exactly do you want to do in your life? And these answers and the question should be related to your transformation or your product and the service that you are offering. Like for example, a year ago when I was selling a product, it was worth around 4 lakh rupees, and the product that I was selling was a mentorship program in which we were helping people quit their job 9 to 5 and build a business around it, right? So the question which I'm trying to ask to them is like, what really inspired them to book the call with me, and what really inspiring them to quit their 9 to 5 and start their business? Like why they want to start a business, right? Like what they are looking to achieve. So the answer that I used to get is, I want to make more money, I want to travel the world, right? I want to give a good life to my family. So you see, these are the answers that we are looking for, because these are help us understand why they are taking the action, what inspiring them to take the action. Another thing to note, and this is what most of the people miss, is they just try to understand their goals, but they don't connect them with an emotional state. So you need to understand, guys, people take decision from emotions. So whenever you ask these questions like what are their goals, their desire, you should also link it with the emotion. And the best way to do that is, you can ask something like that, okay, if we're able to achieve all these goals, how it would make them feel? Let's say for example, so I used to ask that, let's say if you're able to double your income, triple your income, and if you're able to build your business and the dream life, how it will make you feel, how do you feel about it, how your family will feel about you, you know. So then I used to get these answers that okay, I'll feel great, it will be an amazing experience. So at this stage what will happen is those people are feeling the emotions out of it, and that is what keep them invested during the call. Otherwise it will become very transactional. So the first step is understanding their goals and their desire and linking it back to the emotional state related to the transformation that you are offering. So once you do that, let's come to the second step, which is understanding their current situation, which is the pain which they want to avoid. So the question that you need to ask here is, describe your current situation and how do you feel about it. So you see again here, when they describe their current situation, you have to link it back with a pain. So in my case, when I used to sell that program, the common and the typical answer that I used to get is, I am fed up from my 9 to 5 job. I want to quit my 9 to 5 job because of the low salary, because of the long working hours. So you see, these are the pain points that they have been sharing with them. And now my next job is to connect these pain points with the emotions that they're feeling. So I used to ask something like, how are you feeling about your current job? Let's say if they are making you work for more than 9, 10, 12 hours, how does it make you feel? Right? And your lower income is there, so how does it make you feel? Like you are so old but you're just making this much amount of money. Now you may feel bad during the sales call, but that's the whole point, guys. You have to make them aware about their current situation, because if you truly believe in your product and service, and if you're not able to sell it to them, it's like an injustice to them. So now you have clearly pictured their current stage and the desired stage, and now you need to understand the roadblocks which is stopping them, which is the step number 3. The question that you can ask them is, Mr. Prospect, so what are the potential roadblocks or the challenges which is stopping you to reach to the desired state, and how long have you been thinking about it? So then they say something like, okay, I've been thinking about it from last couple of years, couple of months. So then you can ask them that, what have you tried in these couple of months? What are the challenges? What are the roadblocks that you have been facing? And at this stage, you have to make them realize like how much time they are delaying, right? How much time they are wasting, and they don't have much of the time, because we humans, we procrastinate a lot, right? Until and unless we realize like how much time we are wasting in procrastination and how much we are losing as an opportunity, we don't act. So at this stage, third step, you have to make them aware that the mistake that they have made making by not taking the help and figuring things out all by themselves. Correct? So ask them about the roadblocks. Again, you have to connect them with the emotions, like how long are you going to waste time like this? Will you be happy staying like this for the rest of your life? Right? So when you ask these questions, it will make them think, right? It will make them more aware that the mistakes that they have been making. Now, so far we have covered the desired state, the pain, the current situation, and the roadblocks that they have been facing. So if you do a good job by this point of time, then the person is already, being aware about his current situation, and he must be feeling bad about the present situation because of the action or the inaction that he took. Right? Now at this stage, your role is to ask for the commitment and check for the commitment, like how much is he committed. So the question that you can ask the prospect is, hey Mr. Prospect, I understand you must be going through all this situation, but tell me now, like if you got a solution which could help you avoid all those pain and help you achieve your desired state, how willing are you to take up that solution, and how willing are you going to implement and change your life? So what you are doing here is you're asking for their commitment, and subconsciously they are like, okay, I have been going through all these challenges, I have to take this solution, because if I delay any longer, it would not look good on me. Right? So that is why you need to ask and check for the commitment. And the mistake that people do here is, when they see their prospect feeling bad about their situation, they directly jump and offer them the solution without checking their commitment and without them asking for it, which is a bad move, because here again, when you do that, it will make them feel that you're selling it to them. No, you have to make them ask you for your offer. And the best way to do that is check for their commitment. And only when they say that, okay, yes, I'm highly committed, then comes the step number 5, you present them your offer. Right? And then again, in this stage, avoid being too excited, because often happen that when they say that, okay, please tell me about your solution, please help me, you might get excited that, okay, the sales has done. No guys, sales you haven't closed yet. Again, there is a step which is remaining. So here you have to present your solution. You talk about the benefit, right, in a calm, cool, composed manner. You have to showcase as if you're not caring even if you make the sales or not, and it is you are doing a favor on them rather than they are doing a favor on you by buying from you. And then tell them the price and then don't say a word. Alright, so these are my 5 steps using which I have closed multiple deals in the past. You can go ahead, you can watch again this video and you can try to implement all these things in your sales call, and I'm guaranteeing you that you're going to improve your sales conversions. So do one thing, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and also share your questions and your queries in the comment box, because that's the only way I'll be able to understand like what is your doubts and queries, and I'll be able to create more videos on these which will help you in turn. Till then, see you next time. Bye bye.